So you're probably wondering how I got myself into this position. This was supposed to be an all-day fishing session, which only ended up being 2 hours long, and I didn't take any B-roll footage or anything. This is my first video. I caught quite a few fish, and enjoy. But please do ignore the state of my hair. So today I am just fishing a really simple crystal waggler setup. It's a rig that's very similar to one that the Bearded Hooker UK uses. So it's a 2 gram pre-weighted crystal waggler with 2 BB shots close down to the bottom towards where the hook link is. The hook link being sort of 5-6 inches long with a pellet band and an 8mm pellet. I'm kind of doing like a pellet waggler, but not a pellet waggler, in the sense that this is going to be sat on the bottom and the pellet's going to be raised slightly off the top rather than the fish taking it off the drop. I had already had one fish at this point on my very first chuck, but I didn't have any of the cameras rolling because I didn't actually expect to catch anything, but ended up being a really nice session, so yeah, enjoy. Just watch the float here. In just a second I throw a couple of pellets over the top and it just gets absolutely smashed straight away. Oh my god. Whilst I'm just reeling this fish in, I would like to apologise for the background noise and the wind, but at this point I hadn't quite decided that I was going to take this YouTube thing seriously. But next time I will go out with a proper camera and a proper microphone setup, so we'll all be sweet from there. But enjoy this catch.
It's a shark.
Whilst I am netting this beautiful fish, I would just like to point out that I do take fish care very, very seriously. Not only do I have a mat, but none of these fish in today's session actually touch the ground or the mat at all. I unhook them all suspended in the net and pop them straight back. Nice little one there. Right, that was 2 casts and 2 fish, so let's see if we can do it again. So the carp before, which you didn't see, was much bigger than that last one, but that one absolutely took off. Another nice bite. Oh, and we're in. Oh. Right, new hook link, let's go. And we're in. Titan the Dragon is still taking line. That's a bigger fish, I reckon. don't know if you saw that, but it just absolutely chunked me in those lilies, and hook link's gone again. Fun times. Look at that. So I'm actually going to say that the last two hook links that have been lost are because of this reel that I'm using. I think the drag needs a bit of maintenance to the point where there's like literally a millimetre before it's just gone up a tiny bit of sensitivity and just completely locked on, which is not ideal. So yeah, we'll see. It's also what you get for fishing a super light hook link right next to a bed of lilies. Sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some. And we're in. Just for a bit of context on the gear that I'm using, it's just a cheap 10-foot float rod by Leader. And I'm fishing it with a Shimano reel and some 6-pound Daiwa mainline. Get out the lilies again. They keep taking me into these lilies and snapping me off. I'm sick of it. One thing that I'll always preach is the fact that fishing doesn't need to be expensive. We need to get the youth back into fishing, and you really don't have to spend a lot of money on fishing gear nowadays to get started. Nice little carp. Oh, he's off again. Also, what you don't see here is right down to my left, just out of the shot of the camera, there's some more lilies, but also some reeds right in the margins that fish kept getting me stuck in, so I'm trying to keep the fish out of that at this point. It's also worth a shout out to myself at this point, because this really isn't a commercial fishery. This is just a pond that I have a membership for. It is renowned to be quite difficult to fish, so in this little 2-hour session this morning, I think I did rather well. Yeah. So yeah, so far so good. Pardon? Oh! The annoying thing is I've got to go in a second as well. Yeah, I've got a parcel coming that's decided to come 3 hours early. Just tell it. Yeah. That's just me chatting to the guy on the peg next to me. We were both absolutely bagging up that morning. It was going well. He was just asking me what baits I was using, but he was absolutely hammering into the fish, and we'd actually both hooked up at exactly the same time, which was just brilliant, really. I'm also going to skip the rest of this because I'm an absolute amateur and left my camera zoomed in, so most of the fish fight you can't see. Wait until I try and show you the fish. This is funny. Another little mirror. Absolutely buzzing with that. However, I've got to cut the fishing trip short after just an hour and a half because a parcel that I really need to take has decided it's coming 3 hours earlier than expected. So even though it's an amazing day fishing, I've got to pack up. It's 4 carp on the bank in an hour and 15, hour and 20 minutes. And 2 lost as well. Damn it. So there we go. In true fisherman style, of course I stayed an extra 45 minutes and had an extra one last cast maybe 6 or 7 times. And even caught a few more fish. Let's keep going. Remember that danger zone that I told you about? Yep, it's there.
In the net. Oh, fucking hell, it's heavier than it looks.
It was actually way heavier than what it does look. This was probably the heaviest fish of the day. I didn't weigh it, so I'm not entirely sure what it weighed, but yeah, it was a nice fish. Real chunk.
Look at that for a fish. Absolutely buzzing with that one. Fish definitely had some kind of growth, tumory sort of bite on. I think a pike might have had it at some point, but really nice fish on one side. Right guys, I know we said we were going to go and then we ended up catching another fish, but just like any other fisherman, one more cast, yeah. What the hell is that?
So I'm not sure if you saw that take, but it went absolutely berserk. Definitely wasn't a carp. It seemed way too fast, way too erratic, and it was taking me absolutely everywhere. Before then getting me absolutely messed up and tangled in some reeds, some lilies, and then eventually snapping the line. I do believe that this was probably a pike that had taken this, and if so, never caught a pike on a pellet before, but it was a nice way to end the day. Obviously I didn't catch the fish, but there was no point in rigging up again when that was supposed to be the last cast, at least 16 casts ago. I really hope you enjoyed this video, guys, and yeah, hopefully I'll have something of a bit higher production value coming next time, but until then, see you next time.